I still remember the day the lake died. One moment, it was my sanctuary shimmering with life. The next, it was a graveyard. The HOA, led by a woman named Karen who despised the sight of my fishing rod, had finally won. They couldn't stand me enjoying the small patch of nature behind my home, a lake I had cherished and maintained for years. They saw my simple pleasure as a nuisance, a blemish on their pristine, sterile community. So, they decided to end it. They poured chemicals into the water, a toxic cocktail designed to kill every last fish, to erase the very reason I spent my dawns by its shore. And it worked. The surface, once teeming with gentle ripples, became still and lifeless. The water turned a sickening, cloudy gray. A profound silence fell, a silence that screamed of loss and violation. My heart shattered. That lake wasn't just a fishing spot. It was my connection to my late grandfather, who taught me how to cast a line right there. Every fish I caught was a memory of him, and they had poisoned it all out of spite. But their victory was short-lived. A week later, the taps in their perfect homes began to sputter. The water that flowed out was brown, foul-smelling, and undrinkable. Panic erupted. The HOA scrambled, calling in plumbers, engineers, and city officials, but no one could find the source of the contamination. It was then that a quiet old man, a longtime resident who rarely spoke at meetings, stood up. He pulled out an old town map, a document from before the HOA even existed. He pointed to the nuisance lake and then traced a faint, almost invisible line that connected it directly to the community's primary underground reservoir. My private fishing hole wasn't private at all. It was the heart of their water supply, the natural filtration system that purified every drop they drank, showered in, and used to water their manicured lawns. The very poison they had used to spite me had seeped deep into the aquifer, contaminating their own lifeline. Their hatred had turned on itself, poisoning them from within. Now, they're facing millions in cleanup costs and a federal investigation. The lake is slowly being restored, but the trust is gone forever. If you've ever felt the sting of injustice, if you've ever seen something beautiful destroyed by ignorance, then let the algorithm know you stand with me. Sometimes, life teaches us its most profound lessons in the cruelest ways. It reminds us that everything is connected. The harm you inflict upon others, the nature you disrespect, it will always find its way back to you. Be careful what you poison, because you might just be drinking from the same well.